We'll check 1, 2. Welcome to Mattamy Sports Park in Mississauga, Ontario. Women's League One championship matchup tonight between the hometown ProStars wearing white jerseys with blue trim against Darby, the visitors from all the way out in Whitby, Ontario, with their all blue, and then black trim jerseys. I'm Chris McKee. Appreciate you joining us here as I'm doing the play-by-play. Excuse me. Got the jock jams in the background, a little distracting for the moment, but I want to go through the starting lineups for the ProStars women. In goal, number 77, Stephanie Brooks, 24-year-old from Dresden, Ontario, played her university ball at Laurier. 27, Caitlin Russell, you'll hear that name a lot. A forward, 22-year-old from Mississauga, 35 goals scored in OCAA play, a college All-Canadian, outstanding young player. Number 32, Jasmine Atwell, 18-year-old. 33, Caitlin Ray, a 22-year-old from Toronto that plays at Davenport University in Michigan. 41, Tegan Hanley, 18-year-old from Kingsville, plays in Quebec at Bishop's University. 45, Shannon Brown from Brampton, 21-year-old from Brock University. 49, Talia Hutton, an 18-year-old from Toronto who's committed to play at Seneca. The captain, 52, Haley Lewis from Mississauga, 24-year-old that's played at McMaster in Humber. 65, Emily Robitaille, a 22-year-old from Mississauga, also from Humber. A lot of Humber college ladies on this ProStar squad. Number 24, Michaela Iannotti, an 18-year-old from Milton. He's played pro over in Italy as well. And finally, number 50, Manmeet Atwell as well. In goal for Darby, 24-year-old from Ajax, Kelsa O'Donoghue, who's played at Durham College, also at Brockview. 26-year-old Sarah McLeod, the captain. Number 6, Tori Chia from Curtis, 24-year-old that's played at Queens. 11, Christine Exeter, 31-year-old from Toronto, has played internationally for Jamaica. 12, Emma De Silva, 20-year-old from Whitby, from Trent U. 17-year-old Ava Jones. 22-year-old Naima Prescott Beckles from Oshawa. She's played at University of Tennessee Martin as well as down at Jacksonville State. 23, Emily Cerrone, 23-year-old from Pickering out of Brockview. Number 3, Haley Silvestri from Peterborough. She's committed to Tusculum University in Tennessee. So we'll head there in the fall. And finally, number 9, Trinity Koitu, a 19-year-old from Whitby who plays out in Newfoundland at Memorial. I'm Chris McKee. Appreciate you tuning in. It is a scorching hot Sunday afternoon here in Mississauga. The sun just beaming down. I got Highway 407, I believe, in the background. We're not far up that 403, 407 split around 9th line at Winston Churchill out in Mississauga. Not Mattamy down at Ryerson downtown, so we're off. So 2 teams stuck in the middle of the table, the women's championship. Certainly Darby with a bit more of an experienced squad. Not all those ladies here tonight, but to start the season, I think in hopes of maybe a little bit of a higher finish and trying to get promoted up in that Women's League One Premier. And Darby coming off cup disappointment, lost in the semifinals, got hammered by North Toronto 9-1. So looking to shake the sting off that. O'Donoghue, the keeper, to Emma De Silva, excuse me. It's a lovely field, almost brand spanking new. The turf, really crisp. As the captain pushed in the back. It's Naima Prescott Beckles, and ProStars back the other way. Lovely facility. This is my first time out here in this neck of the woods. It looks like it's only been built within the past year or two. They got a nice splash pad water park, which if I don't go at halftime, I'm definitely going after the game. I'm going to go for a little dip because it's already scorching hot. Well, appreciate you tuning in. Any issues with sound, hit me up on socials at Mr. McKee, MRMCKEE. I can't see any of the comments on the YouTube. And bad giveaway in the middle. Talia Hutton. The captain, Haley Lewis. Just chip up and 5 games so far. No scoring attempts. I got to check. I've got a mistake on numbers here. Who's 34? One second. As always, I go through the names and kick. There's a problem with names and numbers. So Ianoti's wearing 34, not 24. Noted. Talia Hutton in the back row, back to the keeper. First touch for Stephanie Brooks. Brooks, a four-time U Sports academic All-Canadian, so not only getting things done on the pitch, getting it done in the classroom, and there's a foul, first foul of the game in favor of ProStars around midfield. Yeah, it looks like Emily Cerrone, the 23-year-old from Pickering. It's a good foul. If you're going to make a foul, that's where you want it, middle of the field, no danger. And now the skipper, Lewis, going with a long free kick. I'm a fan of this. You know, we see too many short free kicks, nobody willing to push the ball up in and around the box and try to make things happen. Long ball, and then Darby clears away. And not the right pass. You know, it was a nice flick from Trinity Koitu. And then Ava Jones with the pass to nobody. He's like, you got to take that space and run. You know, speaking of Darby getting beaten 9-1, I did against North Toronto. I did the North Toronto game in their 3-2 win against Woodbridge last week up in a downpour at Downsview. And so I got a good firsthand look at North Toronto, just obviously one of the best programs in the country. Number 2 team in the women's Premier Division, just behind NDC, who's already wrapped up the League One Premier League title. Christine Exeter. Mentioned Exeter, 31-year-olds, played for Jamaica internationally, storied university career, the University of Louisville. We're Big East Player of the Year, first team all conference. I'm sure you'll be hearing that name quite a bit this afternoon. So I'm not covered. We're standing out here in this scorching sun, so hopefully I can make it the full 90 minutes. And if you hear me drop all of a sudden, you'll know it's the heat. It's Haley Silvestri, long ball up and nobody on the other end of it. So no real action as of yet, just 5 minutes gone. There's a slight breeze coming off that highway in the background, but not enough. Definitely not enough to affect any of the play. Not of the head by Chia. And that's Shannon Brown. The 2 twins, sister Heather, not in uniform this afternoon. And that hits the ref, and the ref will blow it dead. It looked like it was going to be a good ball, too. So it'll still be ProStars ball and a drop ball. Did one of the ProStars League 2 men's games about 2 weeks. Oh, flicked ahead. Ianoti trying to track down Silvestri, and she just gets it away. Koitu. You know, I think it's funny. Trinity Koitu mentioned 19-year-old plays out at Memorial University in Newfoundland. You know, all the kids I know that end up going to university in the U.S. for 4 or 5 years that are Canadian, they come back with an American accent. So I wonder if Trinity will come back with that Newfie accent. I don't know if that's one you want to take on, but hey. Prescott Beckles. Darby on the attack. Tried to swing out to Koitu, but the ball just too far, rolls out of bounds. ProStars free kick, or throw in, excuse me. The Heat's got me all out of sorts. Afternoon here in Mississauga. Chia poked ahead. Darby on the attack. That's Exeter post in, and then to Chia. Not enough on it. Good first save for ProStars. That's what you want. You want to be challenged early to stay into the game, but nothing too difficult. It's going to make your first shot on goal too challenging. Enough to get that pulse beating a little faster, but certainly also to keep that comfort level. Iannotti. She's played for Ternana Calcia in Italy. Dangerous ball in. Then Emily Cerrone. And then a long shot on goal. Michaela Iannotti from distance, but wide of the goal. I'm okay with that, especially early in the game. Have some shots from distance. Test the keeper. See what she's got. Is she up for it today? Is she awake? Short goal kick. Iannotti all over Silvestri. Ref keeps the whistle in his pocket. Exeter. Darby playing compact. A couple good touches, and then that last touch seems to have let them down, and then on cue again. Emily Robitaille, number 65. Marco Bonifilio before with all the numbers 45, 65. I'm like, you guys got a problem with 7, 8, or 9? It's just what they gave us. And so the numbers not specifically requested by the players because they're all in the really high numbers. Long boot up. And then I don't know about that. But Haley Lewis, not a fan of the call, gives an eye roll to the ref, and I think I'm with Lewis on that one. Just a good battle between two talented ladies. Oh, first touch in Koitsu inside, and she had a shot on goal, and it's just over the net. But a quickly taken free kick by Cerrone catches ProStars. Maybe a dip, at least looking dangerous here in the open. So I think I might hit that splash pad at halftime. A little hula hop. Chia. Chia from Curtis. Played at Queens U 2021. 2023, 30 games played. Second team All-Canadian. Also played at Trent University. A lot of ladies from Trent University and Ontario Tech on this Darby squad. Obviously, essentially the League One team of Whitby. Oh, dangerous ball in, and she's onside. And then much needed defense. Emma Da Silva back and clears away. That's solid D because ProStars on the break. Talia Hutton. Great through ball. But then just tracked down by Da Silva. Mentioned one of those Trent players. I think we need a good hard foul, wake up, change the tempo of the game. Well, there's a foul, not a hard one, but ProStars set up a set piece here. Maybe create something a little dangerous if it's swung in. I mean, traditionally, you'd want someone on a left foot to curl this in. But it looks like Tegan Hanley standing over on her right foot. 18-year-old from Kingsville mentioned Plays out of Bishop's University, which is in what, Lennoxville, Quebec, I believe. Hanley, dangerous volley, and Hutton couldn't get a flick on it, and then the skipper Haley Lewis creeping in the back couldn't get enough on it. So ProStars showing signs of life inside 12 minutes, just past the 12-minute mark. Long ball up, looking for Exeter. Exeter's got Koitu. Pull wide, Koitu. I don't know why she's staying in. She had all that space out wide. If she pulls the defender wide, Ava Jones can then split the middle. You know, sometimes it's your movement off the ball that create the chances, and Koitu just stuck there, not understanding the situation. Ayanati. Sarah McLeod. It's number 5. Flicked up Emily Robitaille. It's Chia. Does a great job of shielding and looking for Koitu, but on the AstroTurf, that's not an ideal ball. Get away with that on grass, but not on this fresh turf. Ball rolls out. Goal kick for Brooks. A big shout out to Stephanie Brooks. Always do research on the players and check out their LinkedIn. I saw that she's fosters dogs and cats in her spare time, which I love to see. Always a special place for people with a kind soul like that. Hutton backtracking. Lewis. And Lewis, a little impatient from Lewis, no danger, and then boots it up. And thankfully, teammates bail her out. Here's Hanley down the left side. Hanley cuts in. Have a go. She tried to. Darby defense gets a foot in the way. I like that. So Hanley's looking to shoot from distance, which I always respect. Too many, both women's and men's side have called a number of, League One games, everything from League Two to the championship to the Premier League. So many times, both the men and women, they want to walk the ball into the box, shoot the thing. At this level, you should all be capable of getting some pretty good pace on it from 25 yards in. Jasmine Atwell. Shannon Brown. McLeod. ProStars with the only really dangerous opportunity. Koitu had a good shot, but put the ball 2 or 3 yards over the box. So both teams was just like a couple fighters feeling each other out in the opening 16 minutes. No real knockout punches yet, just a couple little jabs. Right side of the field wide open for Darby. If you see that, they got to get that switch on. The Darby ladies got to be a little bit more vocal. Both teams, actually, it's, you could hear a pin drop out on this field, and this level, you want more communication. This right side of the pitch wide open. They finally, Silvestri, Ava Jones, no, and then Lewis will reset. Lewis started out her career at McMaster, and then made the switch over to Humber. Quite a few of these ladies, easily 4 or 5 current Humber or recent Humber alum. Definitely one of the best college programs at the OCAA level. I got to call the 2022 OCAA Women's Championships at a Durham college because I'm a Durham college grad and live out in Pickering, so they'll call me in sometimes to do some of their OCAA championships, or volleyball, or basketball, or soccer. Got to do the CCAA Men's Soccer National Championship back in 2019 at Durham. The hometown squad won. I was a buzz seeing because I knew a couple of the kids growing up playing with and against my son. Switches on out to Koitu. And then Ayanati, or sorry, that's Emily Robitaille back, but Lewis, Scott Hutton, take the space. Hutton right in front of her coach, Marco Bonifilio. And solid defense. You know, these center backs on Darby have been stellar through the first 19 minutes of the game. Not much, if anything, getting past them. I wonder if they'll be doing those hydration breaks on a day like this. It's just, well, finally, Ayanati flags, and a flag just went up. A linesman, a little bit of a hesitation that gave everyone hope that maybe something was on. Ayanati on the break, but last minute, flag comes up. Mention any issues with sound, hit me up on socials at Mr. McKee. I'll take a quick look on my Twitter to make sure no issues. And then also you can hit my Instagram, the same thing. Ball up, Exeter. Can she get to it? And then well done by the keeper, Brooks, to come out and slide and scoop that up. So Darby, feeling a little dangerous. They are going to have a water break. I just heard the fourth official. So 4:20 local time. Shipped up, and now ProStars on the attack. And a good fight for her. Caitlin Russell. She's been really quiet so far. Just an absolutely goal-scoring machine in the OCAA. 35 goals over the past couple of years. Mentioned All-Canadian this past season. For Humber. Shot from distance, zero danger. Kelsa O'Donoghue just scoops that up. Kelsa started out at Brock University and then made the switch more locally. She's from Ajax. Now at Durham College. Oh, great control from Exeter just to chest that down, and then can Koitu get to it? Well, there's the captain, Haley Lewis. Clears away. Darby throw in. Silvestri, 17-year-old from Peterborough. I mentioned heading to Tennessee this fall at Tusculum University. Koitu settles, swung in. Lewis pokes away. And it looks like one of the Darby ladies just got a little bit too much of Lewis. It was Ava Jones. Foul called, so ProStars ball. I could use a hydration break right about now as well. Had a fairly early night myself last night. Nothing rowdy for a Saturday. We get a little rowdier after tonight. A great first touch. And it's like man-made Atwell goes to ground. And now ProStars in a good position. So I like this from ProStars. Every they don't really waste their set piece opportunities. Every chance they want that ball up in that 18-yard box, trying to cause some issues. Good ball in. Hutton got a head on it. It bounces to ground. Oh, the captain, Lewis. And then what a save by Kelsa O'Donoghue. Just got that left toe out. I thought that was going in for sure, but outstanding save from O'Donoghue. And we're still level at 0. Again, ProStar's not wasting those free kicks. We see it so many times. Whether it's in the OUA, OCAA, this League One, and just these short free kicks, or they pass the ball backwards, and it drives me insane. Koitu inside to Jones. Gia with the block, and then she just went to ground. If she had gone to ground, she would have got the foul. And then there's the water break. So I'm going to take a quick water break myself.
Referees have indicated there will be a short water break.
So in this kind of heat, smart. It's not crazy hot, but when you're on this turf and with no wind coming in, it's just an absolute scorcher. And things start to get a little bit even hotter, especially with this turf, because it's just essentially it's tire rubber is what's in these fields. So you're running on black rubber, and it just draws even more heat. The worst place I've ever played anywhere in this city, down at Cherry Beach, because you're essentially on toxic land. The reason they didn't build soccer fields there for 25, 30 years or houses is because the soil is toxic. And then they finally opened the field. That was where originally Toronto FC used to practice in the early days. Remember, they first started 2007. And so I used to play men's league. If we had a cup game on a Saturday afternoon or Sunday, we'd see the Toronto FC guys on the next field all training. It was good to watch. This is like the Dwayne De Rosario years when Preki was the manager. And it was good to just watch those guys compete. But yeah, that Cherry Beach, just absolute scorching. I would have to change socks sometimes and it bring an extra pair of boots because it would be so hot. Your feet would be burning. This turf doesn't look much different than that. I'm Chris McKee. Appreciate you tuning in. Had a fun season doing League One Ontario, both men's and women's side. Got to do some Canadian Premier League games last summer for One Soccer. No call-ups yet this year. To be honest, I'm not holding my breath, but 25 minutes in, scoreless. Women's Championship division, coming in. Darby, 4 wins, 4 losses, 6 draws. ProStars just ahead of them in the table with 18 points. Darby on 16. And ProStars 5 wins, 3 losses, 6 draws. Both teams mentioned middle of the table, which is, hey, certainly better than the bottom of the table. Ayanati off the back of her heel. Hard challenge. Koitu. That's McLeod. All the majority of the play down this right side of the field. I think both teams got to really, stretch the field, spread it out, use all of it. It's like everything just up and down the right side. You got to get the ladies on the left side involved if you're Darby, and on the right side if you're ProStar. Just an outstanding touch by Exeter. So impressed with her so far. Any ball 20, 30 yards, and lovely spin right there. She's trying to find Koitu. Talk Exeter. They're also her right thigh all bandaged up. Atwell pushed ahead for Russell. Russell on her left foot, and then Kelsa O'Donoghue again up for it. This time, right-footed save, kicked out. So O'Donoghue's been tested twice over the past couple minutes and has been up for it. Solid keeping from the 24-year-old. So important, especially at this level, to have a little bit of experience in goal. I've seen some of the other teams, both on the men's and women's side, where when they've got those 17, 18-year-old keepers, sometimes that's the difference. Kelsa 24. Although I will give a big shout out to ProStars League Two keeper Jarvis Leckie, 16-year-old, outstanding, I was so impressed with this kid a couple weeks ago, calling their game. So ProStars developing some talent. Dangerous ball in. O'Donoghue punches. It's still bouncing around, and then Darby away. O'Donoghue settles. It's Sophia Ashford, that left back. Remember, not a lot of play up that left side of the pitch. I haven't said the ladies' names over there too much. Pro Stars will reset. Brooks a little bit more composure. Just a bad giveaway right there when she didn't need to. And Lewis bails her out. Just there was no need for the keeper to boot the ball. She had a right back and a left back. She had her center back wide open in the middle, and she boots it well past all of them. And you got to play a little smarter than that. If you're a keeper, you don't want to be your own worst enemy, and setting them up in a tough position. Silvestri, Ayanati. Ayanati plays with a little chip on her shoulder. I'm loving her game right now. Exeter spin move. Can she? Exeter. If you're Exeter, just toe punt it. Anything. I think she was waiting for the ball to settle perfectly, but the two Pro Stars defenders all over her. Russell in chase and cleared away. So Russell, I think, is playing a little too high right now. She's not getting the service she wants. So you got to come back and play a little deeper. Come back and get that ball. Don't wait for them to get you involved. You go get involved. Jones. Chia. Exeter, just outside the 18-yard box. Someone's got to come to her. Not enough blue jerseys around her. McLeod. And back the wrong way. I'm getting absolutely cooked standing out here. It's a little intense. I'll be struggling to make it through the full 90 minutes, I'll be honest. Oof. Brooks just past the 30-minute mark, still scoreless. Pro Stars have looked a little bit more likely. A couple good scoring opportunities. And the keeper, O'Donoghue, has kept the minute. Here comes Chia. Exeter. What a save! Brooks gets that right foot out. Exeter, I thought surely after the giveaway, it's going to be 1-0. Exeter composed, but just an outstanding save, Stephanie Brooks. And we're still level at 0. So Brooks settling things down wisely. After you give up a scoring opportunity like that, you want to give your ladies a chance to just catch their breath, resettle, and get their shape back. Exeter, you get a sense something's on here for Exeter. One might be coming. Luck just not on their side. 32 minutes in. McLeod to Chia. And the ref, that's twice the ref's gotten in the way. He says, play on, no whistle this time. Da Silva. Silvestri. The keeper's got to come out and maybe scoop that up or let her defender know, hey, there's someone coming on you. Just too quiet from the keeper for my liking. I've got my goalie coaching certification from Ontario Soccer, and I got a son who plays OUA keeper. He's played League One. He's played some League Two this year, as well as OSL U21. So I know a little something about the keepers. Russell. Russell, she cuts it too far left. She's got some help with Ayanati, and I don't know what Russell was doing. Instead of taking a direct run on goal, she cut it off to the left. Just surprising. Like someone who's bagged as many goals as her. Her coach right now, Marco Bonifilio, saying the exact same thing I am. He's like, go to goal. And so he's seeing exactly what I saw. Jasmeet Atwal on Exeter. Still scoreless, coming up on 34 minutes. It's got to be a foul. A ref plays on as McLeod, and then finally, so ProStars coach not happy with the effort from Jasmeet Atwal, saying one win, basically saying get in there, win one challenge. She's been a little delicate so far. Sometimes the Heat can just suck the life out of the players. You don't necessarily have the same type of bite and pep in your step as you would on a cool evening when it's a 9 o'clock kickoff local time. Cerrone, 23-year-old, started all 34 games in her Brock University career. Dangerous ball in for Chia, and she flicks just wide. So Darby looking lively after a good run of play by ProStars. Now they're on their heels. Darby on their front foot. Good opportunity there. Chia just couldn't get enough on that. She grazed off her forehead past the post. Lewis. Battle between Silvestri and Ayanati. Finally, a light breeze gushes across the field. That's Prescott Beckles trying to cut in. And Hutton away. Russell. Ooh, it's got to be a foul. That's more of a frustration foul from Russell. Her touch let her down and not getting the service she wants so far in this first half. Now Darby, long free kick. And right through the legs of Prescott Beckles, she was about 10 yards out, and it gets through her legs. And so luck, not on Naima's side. Naima, which is a 22-year-old from Oshawa, plays down at the University of Tennessee Martin. After a couple of years at Jacksonville State. Brooks. And just, Brooks too nervous with the ball at her feet for my liking. Prescott Beckles, Exeter, Hoitu. And then Brooks comes and clears that away. Brooks has just got to settle down, relax with the ball at her feet. She's panicking when she's got plenty of defenders with her to help. Make the simple pass. Not every goalie has to be as skilled with their feet as Allison on Liverpool. You can just play smart, play simple. Prescott Beckles fouled. Another free kick for Darby. Just past the center circle. Coming up on 38 minutes. Long ball in and rolls right to the keeper. Well, obviously coming in, both teams, just 2 points separate them in the standings, and you can see that on the pitch here this afternoon. Both teams very evenly matched. Credit to Darby, who I mentioned coming off that 9-1 drubbing in cup play during the week, and how do you respond to that? They've been really good. Now you wonder, does the team fall apart after that? Because that's obviously a good run getting to the semis. But that can be heartbreaking. And also sometimes games like that, that's when players start screaming at each other in games like that. Coaches get a little testy. But the ladies have been really composed, look good, playing as one. I haven't done that North Toronto game. You see Jade Kovacevic, some of the talent they have, just unbelievable. I saw Jade at a hat trick, I think, in the first half in that game, and that's the kind of talent you're going to go up against at North Toronto. Their keeper, Arden LaRose, really good. Exeter. I just love the way she shields that ball. She makes it almost impossible for defenders to get a foot in. She's got great size and speed. Silvestri. Hutton, composed defense. No left winger there. Ayanati. She's got Handley on her horse down the left side. Lovely. And then good enough by De Silva just to poke it out. Ayanati. And then O'Donoghue, good shout, comes and scoops that away. Just past the 40-minute mark, still scoreless. Opening half here at the Mattamy Sports Park. Way out on the far end of Mississauga, not far from the Oakville border. And just Koitu looks gassed. I don't like the effort, just not even running on that. I understand the heat's a bit much, but if you're not running at this level, then perhaps it's time for a change. Yeah, I think I'm going for a dip in the water park at halftime. At least my baseball cap, anyways. Try to cool me off a little. It's a scorcher here in Mississauga. Exeter. She's got Lewis on her back to Chia. Chia cuts through the middle. It's got to be 1-0, and she puts it past the goal. Stephanie Brooks comes out, makes herself big, did just enough, and it's still scoreless. Thought surely, you saw the captain, Chia, and she hit it perfectly. I want to say perfectly because it'd be in the back of the goal, but she hit it. Didn't duff it, didn't scuff it. Got a clean boot, just barely past the post. And it's still 0-0. Cerrone. Well, if not for some good goalkeeping, we could be at least about 2-2 right now on both sides. Both the Donahue and Brooks have been big inside the opening 40 minutes. I was watching some Toronto FC last night. Finally, a decent performance from them. Obviously, a great Copa by our Canadian lads. I had a fun time going out to my local sports bar, checking out the games. You know, one of the games. It's one of the best atmospheres I've ever seen for Canada soccer anywhere. You know, older guy. I remember going to watch the Canadian national team in one of their qualifiers for the 1986 World Cup when I was a kid down at Varsity Stadium. So that's how long I've been watching the Canadian men's national team. And like I said, that atmosphere in a bar in Pickering to watch Canada and Cup America, just electric. And this isn't the kind of place that soccer is a priority. It was just everyone and their mother and their uncle all got behind Canada. It was great to see. Canadians of every race, color, and creed all cheering on the red and white. It was awesome. Approaching half now. That 44 minutes. I can't see really anything more than a minute at a time. No injuries at all. We did have the water break. Now that's about it. I would imagine come the second half, cramping in this kind of heat and fatigue is going to come into the mix. Long ball up for Ionati. She's had this great battle with Silvestri all first half. Russell, flick ahead. Flag stays down. And looking for Russell, but not there. From left. Oh my goodness, a left-footed shot. And it finds the back of the goal. Tegan Hanley from about 25 yards out. The ball just suspended in midair almost for an eternity, and it finally dropped in past the keeper. It's 1-0 ProStars. That almost came out of nowhere. Hanley just, you thought, well, maybe she's going to play it off, and just left-footed curler, absolutely gorgeous strike. And it found the back of the goal, and it's 1-0. And so here's Koitu down the right side this time. She is putting the effort in, but not there. We're going to have one extra minute. So just before half, almost a little cruel if you're Darby, because I think they definitely deserve to be tied going into the break. But Tegan Hanley, 25 yards out. Lovely. Ball bounced over. They shot out security guard, getting the ball.
Tegan Hand. The referees have announced there will be an extra 1 minute, extra time.
Exeter. So it's going to be a goal kick. So everyone on Darby wanted corner, and so I would imagine the second the keeper here touches this goal kick, the whistle will blow. What a strike by Hanley, Mission first-year player out of Bishop, all rookie team in the RSEQ or conference. He's played with Tecumseh and the U21 reserves. And there's the halftime whistle. So ProStars, the home squad, with a 1-0 lead, courtesy of a superb strike 25 yards out from Tegan Hanley. I'm Chris McKee. Appreciate you tuning in. We'll take a 15-minute break and a water break. See you back for the start of the second half. Welcome back to Mattamy Sports Park out in Mississauga. An absolutely scorching afternoon here. ProStars versus Darby in women's League One championship action. ProStars, the home squad, lead 1-0, courtesy of a 25-yard strike from Tegan Hanley just before the end of the first half. And so both teams evenly matched. Both teams, couple opportunities to score. The keepers were outstanding. And so we're going to get a substitution. So it looks like Kelsa O'Donoghue out, Madison LePage, the backup keeper, in. O'Donoghue was really good, unfortunate on that goal. Just got caught on a lovely strike. But looks like they're just doing the usual, one goalie plays one half and the other plays the second half, which, as the father of a goalkeeper, I can't stand. It's like either give them a full game or don't, or if it's a blowout or, one of those kind of things. But just a half and a half. O'Donoghue was playing outstanding. And what does she get for it? Pulled it to half. And so, not a fan of that strategy. Alas, it is what it is. So hopefully, Madison LePage can adjust to the pace of this game quickly. Aside from that, no other substitutions I'm aware of yet. Here we go. We're going to find out. Oh, Russell with a foul.
For Madison LePage, number 13.
Just waiting for the scores table to tell me the second substitution.
What's the next
Oh, and as I'm waiting for the scores table to give me the substitution, ProStars makes it 2-0. So is that Tegan Hanley again with a second? So I'll full blew it. Was looking over the scores table, was waiting for the scores table to give me the second substitution because he was too slow getting it and missed the goal. So ProStars 2, Darby 0. So the ref just said 41. So that's the second goal. Tegan Hanley, back to back. So what a start for ProStars. You come out, you wonder that heat, how they're going to react to it. Can they match the tempo? Neither team out there running, getting warmed up because it's so draining.
For ProStars FC by number 41, Tegan Hanley, at the 46th minute.
So apologies for not missing that call or missing that one. Yeah, I was waiting to figure out who the second. I still don't know who the second substitution was. So Alyssa Medill has entered the game. Trinity Koitu out. Does that make sense? Like I said, Koitu a little gassed, and then now back the other way. Exeter has leveled it, or has made it 2-1. Excuse me. So game on. Christine Exeter has made it 2-1, and so it was a one-goal game coming out of the half, and now back to it. Apologies for that. I'm stuck here next to the scores table, and they're kind of fumbling around, and that's a great challenge. Well done. That better not be a foul. Well, it's rolled out for a corner. So yeah, they're fumbling around next to me, and I'm too focused on them. And while that's happening, Darby squeezed through, and Christine Exeter. It was a little easier when you're doing the TV because you've got producers in your rear, you got monitors everywhere. Here, I got a microphone, and then a lot of distractions around. Knotted in, flicking around, and it's Ayanati again, just throwing that muscle around. So tough. ProStars. Again, we haven't seen enough of Caitlin Russell up top. 22-year-old from Humber College, an All-Canadian at the college level. They got to find a way to get her more involved, or she's got to find a way to get more involved. Yeah. So ProStars, Hanley's got 2 goals, setting up on this free kick. Looks like she's going to whip it in. What I don't understand is why Darby's so willing to go back so deep, push the lineup. They have to be on side, so why are you giving them that much space? Take a few steps up. You got to be a little bit smarter on that. Hutton tracks that down, and too much for Ayanati out of bounds. Darby ball. There's Chia. Sophia Ashford, 20-year-old, goes to Trent. Oh, what a turn by Exeter. And not the pass you want if you're Ava Jones. But Jones, to the giveaway, goes and gets it back. That's the kind of hustle you want to see. You see too much of that. You make the bad play, and then you kind of sit in the huff and puff and don't get back into play. Jones, not a victim of that, gets in there. And hard challenge on Chia. She slipped and then got a bit too much of the ProStars player. So no yellows, I believe. I'm pretty certain so far in this game. It's been pretty quiet. Nothing chippy. That's Hanley. He's got the 2 goals. Comes away a little worse for wear of that challenge from Chia. And now free kick just past the center line. Another long free kick ahead, Lewis. And all the way to the keeper in good hands from LePage, 17-year-old. Just duff that one. Sophia Ashford. Good throw for Russell. Russell looking for help. She's got Hanley. Hanley looking for that hat trick. The way she's played, it's definitely good. She looks likely for it. Good battle between Lewis and Exeter. 2 of them have been right next to each other all afternoon. Back the other way. Name of Prescott Beckles. One thing I don't like, there's just a bit of a disconnect, and that's Atwell way offside. She's about 4 or 5 yards offside. There's a bit of a disconnect between Darby's midfield and their forwards. The forwards are just too far up. They don't play compact enough. I want to see them a little bit closer together. Silvestri to Chia. And good shout from the keeper, Brooks, settles that. So 2-1. Both ProStars goals, courtesy of Tegan Hanley and then Christine Exeter. The one goal for Darby. Wall. Oh, just blows by the defender Atwell. Now cross it over. She did all that lovely footwork to get by, and it's a foul. It's got to be, yeah. So push in the back. So ProStars about a yard or two outside the 18-yard box. Dangerous position here. Looks like Hanley's going to set up to try to whip this in. We want a good right-footed cross with some pace on it. Don't float it in. Really, you want the 10 yards here from the ref to set this up. Hanley. And again, just not enough pace on it. When you're there, you really got to hammer it and then just hope it ricochets off someone's head or bounces off one of the Darby players floating a ball in from there. It's not going to get it done. Robitaille. Hutton goes to ground, and yeah, easy foul call. Bit too aggressive by Ava Jones. Ball booted well down. 2-1, just past the 56-minute mark. A lot of football left here this afternoon. I don't think the scoring is done. And hopefully I'll be ready the next time that does happen. Just easy. When I did the North Toronto game last week, it was pouring rain. We're underneath the tent, long ball in, and then right to LePage. But because it was pouring rain, I had half of North Toronto's coaching staff all hovering behind me, like 5 different people all breathing down my neck the entire game. And then they're having full out conversations. I had to tell them to put a zip on it a couple times, which, you hate being that guy. You know what I mean? Obviously, I'm at their field, but they're not the League One coaches or the coaches for the other squads. And it's like, hey, when you're coaching, I'm not a foot behind you talking about what I did last night at the pub. That's what they were doing to me. So it gets a little distracting sometimes in these scores tables. Like when you call a game on TV, no one is around you. They let you do your job, believe it or not. LePage, and that's got to be a foul. Yeah. You can't knock the keeper. It's Ionati again. She's out there is throwing those shoulders around. I love it. I appreciate that kind of game. If there was 11 like Ionati, this game would be about 7-1 ProStars right now. Just that physicality she brings, outstanding. I can respect that. Never, never like the soft player. I always respect those who go 110%. I think Caitlin Ray just boots that up. Mentioned Ray head to it's a Davenport University, great Division II program, just outside. I think it's just outside of Grand Rapids, Michigan, which is a beautiful part of Michigan. Most of Michigan's gorgeous. I go over to Sioux because my son goes to Algoma University, so we go over to Sioux, Michigan often when I'm up there to visit. Go for dinner and a slice of normalcy. Get out of Canada for a couple hours, and the world seems a bit more normal sometimes. Ray. Well, it's a foul. And again, so ProStars going to have a free kick almost in the identical position. They just had one where Hanley took it. Now Hanley's got to get pace on it. No floater this time. Yeah, just about anything outside of Detroit, Michigan is really nice. Oh, actually, Flint. Scratch that off the list. Yeah, it's Davenport, I know the school. I know a couple kids have gone there. Some other sports. So Russell over having a conversation. No, Russell's in an offside position. And Russell on her left. Oh, what a save by LePage. And then the rebounds, and she's offside. Exactly what I was just saying. So a great save by LePage. We talked about would she be up for it coming in at the half, and great save. So we're going to see substitution here. Number 15 coming on. That's Cheyenne Pirog Taylor. And then out is Sophia Ashford. So Pirog Taylor, 21-year-old from Coburg, plays at Ontario Tech, which used to be called UIOT, which was a silly name. Glad they rebranded to Ontario Tech.
61st minute by Darby FC. Number 4. Number 4, Sophia Ashford comes off for number 15, Xian Pirante.
Well, here's Prescott Beckles, 7 yards out, looking for room, goes to left foot, and ball bouncing around, saved by Brooks. Got a deflection. A couple more cracks at it from Darby. And then finally, ProStars just does the wise thing and gets it away. 2-1, just past the 61-minute mark. Emma Da Silva. Da Silva. To Exeter. And now the break is on for Darby. Frost over. And then good defense. Caitlin Ray just gets in the way of it. And that was Nema Prescott Beckles. And so she's looking lively over the past couple minutes. That if I had to put my money on who could level this for Darby, Nema top of that list. She's got a lot of space down the left side. And sooner or later, it's going to come. It's Pirog Taylor, the substitute, just come on. Left foot crossed and well punched out by Brooks. They like that. You don't want a keeper that just gets glued to the line. Come out and get it. Pirog Taylor. Exeter, it sits for on her right foot. And there's a couple jerseys all over. Exeter crossed, and it bounced off one of the ProStars defense, Lewis in the back, and then Brooks just smothers and wisely slows things down. So 5:23 local time. This sun continues to just beam. 0 wind. It's an uncomfortable heat. I know as a broadcaster it is. I can certainly tell if the players out there. I was chatting with a couple of ladies as we were walking back from the change room, and they're just like, it's too much. It's winding down near the end of the League One schedule. So we're going to see Emma Genova coming in shortly. Genova, they're one of the Humber College ladies. So who's out? I can't see. So 34 out. So Ayanati out, which not a fan of that. She's can make an argument she's been one of the best players on the field all game, out there throwing her body around, really physical. And she gets the hook.
Substitution, the 64th minute. Number 34, Michaela Ayanati, out for.
Either way, Emma Genova into the game. Maybe Ionati just gassed to that heat, taking its toll on everyone. Shannon Brown all over the Darby defender. Purog Taylor, good flick up, but no one on the other end of it. And just trickles to the keeper. Brooks scoops it up. So ProStars 2-1 lead, just past the 65-minute mark. So the game now official. I would imagine we'll have a second water break some point in the second half. And I didn't see. Oh, it's an offside. That's why. All right. I've never wanted to broadcast the game shirtless, but in this kind of heat, it's the first for everything. Well, now today did my run this afternoon. Did a 5.5K. A little lazier on a Sunday. Normally do just a little over 6. Put some Tiesto on the headphones and get rolling. Get lost in thought. It's been great. Started that during all the lockdowns when all the gyms were closed. We started going jogging again with my son. He's a soccer player. He just come off injury and watched him sit around for 4 or 5 months on a knee injury, and he'd just been back training 3 or 4 weeks. Then all the lockdowns started, and I said, "Let's go running," even though it was cold out. And then now it's just become a daily tradition for the two of us. It's been great. Obviously, he runs a hell of a lot farther and faster than I do, but good for the soul to get out there and jog. More about the mental aspect even than the physical. So Robitaille, she's dispossessed. So Puric Taylor, who's just come in all over the field. And again, I'm watching the two strikers or the two forwards here. You go Prescott, Beckles, and Exeter. They're just doing. Oh, and then who is that? Is that Jade Fitzpatrick over the other side? Sorry, no, it's Alyssa Medill, number 7. The three of them are doing like the U12, where hey, let's just stand up around center field and hope they get us the ball. At this level, you just can't do that. You got to go. You got to be up and down the pitch both ways. Get involved. Hanley and then LePage, clever, calm as you like, just gets it away. Hanley's looking for that hat trick. She's got both goals for ProStar. But yeah, you can't just sit up here and hope they pass you the ball. Well, here's Prescott Beckles back the other way. And then outstanding defense all day, Haley Lewis. And then Prescott Beckles dispossessed to Exeter. What a turn. You just see the touch of class she has. Medill. And right in the stomach of Stephanie Brooks, who wisely goes to ground. Let the clock tick away. We're going to see another substitution momentarily from Darby. Well, the only one we'll find out in a sec. It's either Fitzpatrick or Pullman coming in. It looks like Jade Fitzpatrick, 17-year-old from Whitby, going to come in. She looks young, too. I was like, geez. There's the substitution. It is Jade Fitzpatrick. And it looks like Naima Prescott Beckles gassed, done for the afternoon. She's really good. Put in the work. Unfortunate the results didn't come, but 17-year-old Jade Fitzpatrick in. I always get a laugh. You know, the English commentators, they're always so brutally honest. Whenever like a teenager debuts in a Premier League game, they always joke and say, well, even though it's past his bedtime, here he is making his debut for Chelsea. It's just no chill on some of those guys.
Number 22. Ima Prescott comes off for
Exeter.
17. Jade
Obviously, Whitby's got a great OPDL program. So many talented young ladies coming through. Training up at the Whitby Domes up on Rossland, right next to Donald Wilson High School. And all the space in the world down the right side. That's Shannon Brown. Brown crossed in, and to Russell, and she was 6 yards out and misses a sitter. She could have took a touch. She didn't need to panic. She went for the glory, and Caitlin Russell from 6 yards out puts the ball about 25 yards over the goal. And quick water break, and I'm going to do the same myself. So not helping things out, they've got one of those 5G towers, massive one just behind us. And they're a pox on society. You know, I'll say this is, they'll say, oh, they're safe. No, they're not. Every time I'm near one, I can feel my head buzzing. I'll tell you this, if they're so safe, how come you never see a bird or any sort of wildlife climbing them or sitting on top of them? Riddle me that, Batman. It's because they're not. They're putting off a horrible, some sort of energy. I've seen birds fly near them and then just disintegrate, explode. There's one pickering by my house that is a bigger one than this one. Saw a seagull fly by it and then poof, the seagull was no more. So these 5G towers, you know, I don't think we're being told exactly what they are. Notice, you know, during all the lockdowns, everyone was at home and all of a sudden they snuck them all up while nobody was watching. You've seen hundreds of them all across the highways and streets. There's another one here, and it's yeah, look into it. Well, water break just wrapping up. Just past the 72-minute mark. ProStars 2-1 lead, courtesy of 2 goals from Tegan Hanley. First one was a stunner, 25 yards out. Second one, just a little bit of a scrappier goal. And then Christine Exeter, the 1 goal for Darby. So here's Shannon Brown, dispossessed. She's got Russell with her, bounces off some bodies. I think the pass is just way too hard. Also, Brown had a bit more space on her own. Page, great boot. Up. Well, the Page just came in at half. You wonder if maybe it's just different coaches, you know, Stuart Robertson, the Darby coach, just want to. The league definitely out of reach, crossed over to Pierog Taylor, and then Shannon Brown away. Yeah, if you wonder, they're just trying to give different ladies a good run. If you're not going to win the league and get promoted, then always work for next year. Oh, Exeter past the keeper. Can she slide it in? And she has. So out of nowhere, Darby has leveled 2-2. Christine Exeter just snuck in, creeps past the keeper, and then calm as you like, left foot, taps it in the back of the goal, and it's 2-2 in the 75-minute mark. And it looks like Haley Lewis injured. I don't know whether she slid into that post trying to make that save. Sliding over. Oh, so we missed Exeter's first goal. Wasn't going to do it the second time. So Christine Exeter, you just see that, just so class, so much talent. 31 years old, played for Jamaica. I mentioned was with Louisville. 31 goals scored in her NCAA career. Former Big East Rookie of the Year and Player of the Year.
Goal in the 75th minute by Darby FC.
And we're going to see a goalkeeping change. So we're going to see number 59, Nicole Francis, momentarily. And again, so I think it's just not anything reflecting the performance of Brooks. It's just they've made a commitment to give some of these ladies minutes. And regardless of whatever the score in the game. So it's going to be a tough task for Francis. Comes in 2-2 tie. She's going to get the last 12 or 13 minutes here. And you got to jump right into that game. Chia. Purog Taylor, she's wide open, crossed over, and it should be 3-2, but the ball just skips out of bounds. And we're going to have the substitution right now. So out of the game, Stephanie Brooks. She's out. And now Nicole Francis, Nicole, 19 years old, played for Texas State University. Long way from home. I think that it's one of those universities that changed its name a couple of years ago. I'm pretty sure it was West Texas University.
59, Nicole Francis comes in for.
And then they've
number 77, Stephanie Brooks.
And Francis right in. Brown can't keep it in. Good hustle. Rolls out of bounds. Emma da Silva with the throw in. So 2-2. Russell, and hasn't been Russell's afternoon so far. When she just missed that sitter a couple minutes ago from 6 yards out. And that one, you know what? Look, this is high-level ladies football. Let them play. A little bumping there, a little shoulder, and you call it a foul. Ref's been good for the most part, but not a fan of that call. Emma Genova. Both teams looking at the ref going, what are you doing? Yeah. Well, I mentioned at the half, I'm not a fan of switching the keepers at half. I'm definitely not a fan of switching the keepers 75 minutes gone when it's 2-2, when the keeper did nothing wrong. Here we are. Just getting some ladies some minutes. They did that to my son last summer. He's playing for the Masters reserve squad. And it's 1-1 in the 80th minute, and they pulled my son. And he was like, well, what did I do? And he's, we're just giving the other guys some minutes. They lost 2-1. So, and everyone livid at the coach because it wasn't even the other goalie's fault because he comes in. It's like, you're not acclimated to the game. We've got to, the pace of this game is pretty intense. 1-1, and he's not there. He's not at the speed of us. Needless to say, that coach gone. Shocker, eh? Russell. I like that from Russell, playing a little deeper, though. I've been talking about that. Come back and get involved. He's finally doing it. Exeter lays it off for Chia. She's got Purok Taylor wide on the left. Ooh, and then right in the face of Caitlin Ray, who goes to the ground hard and instantly, especially on a day like this in the heat, you get whacked in the face like that, it just drains a lot of the energy. I think she's going to be fine. She'll just need a minute or two. That's going to sting. And I'll take a water break while the trainers attend. Appreciate you guys tuning in while the trainers attend to Caitlin Ray. Looks like she's going to be all right. I'll plug my golf radio. Any golf fans out there? Any dads in the golf? You can check out This Week in Golf locally on radio on Newstalk Saga 960 every Tuesday, 7 p.m. And then my show just got syndicated nationally. You'll hear it in BC and parts of Alberta Wednesday night, 6 p.m. Pacific on radio NL Kamloops, and then a couple other, which is a big station in Kamloops, goes all across BC and into Alberta, and then a couple smaller northern BC stations. I have my golf show now for 3 years, but I've been syndicated for about 2 months. And Caitlin Ray is bent over in a little pain. There's no substitution coming up yet. It looks like she may be going back into the game. We'll find out. So it's going to be a drop ball. ProStars has a couple bodies left. Rose Policelli and Alicia Orsini get to get in. It's Jasmeet Atwal. And we're going to see the substitution. But, oh, we got Brianna Clemens, 21-year-old from Milton, entering the game. Caitlin Ray will come out. So Clemens plays her college down in Kansas. No, Caitlin Ray wants out as well, so they're going to have to make another substitution. Ray walking past me now. And we're going to get us. So for the moment, ProStars down a player. And Brianna Clemens amateur. So Clemens at Garden City Community College in Kansas. Approaching the 83-minute mark. Oh, ProStars going to have to hurry. And Shannon Brown, she's got to be off. No, she's on. Brown looking for help. And not a bad idea. Atwell saw the keeper a little out. I'm going to switch. So we're going to see Rose Policelli, Mississauga native, another Humber College player. So she'll come in and play right back. So hopefully Caitlin Ray is better. Looks like she took it right in her nose because her eyes were all watered and nose a little swollen as she walked past me here at the broadcast booth. Long shot from Russell. No dice. So not Russell's afternoon just yet. So after a 2-0 lead, Christine Exeter single-handedly brings Darby back in. We're tied at 2.
Substitution for ProStars FC at the 84th minute. Player number 33, Caitlin Ray. Off 4, number 56, Rose Policelli.
Good first touch for Policelli. And ball rolls out of bounds. Right next to me. De Silva. Brown in chase. LePage, a little too casual. Flicked Brown. And then right move by McLeod to just get that away momentarily. Henley, she's looking for that third. Henley has a crack, and it skips. And Madison LePage, good save. Good job of not allowing a rebound as well. Those little skippers can be trouble. Again, just a splendid touch by Exeter. You wonder with this new pro league coming to Canada, what is it, the Super 8? Wonder if somebody like Exeter be in the mix for one of those squads. Obviously, international experience. Brown is offside by about 3 or 4 yards, and a linesman right in front of me makes the call easy. 85 and a half minutes gone. Level at 2. 2 goals by Hanley, 2 goals by Exeter. Normally, I'll do post-game interviews with whoever gets the goals, but not today. I got to get to my son's got a game that kicks off at 6 in Mississauga, and so I got to sprint out of here to get there. So apologies for that. Both teams still battling here in the final 5 minutes. Atwell. So it looks like Russell's dropped back, and then Brown playing more of that number 9 up top, the striker position. Oh, good dummy. Here's Paulicelli on her horse. Crossed in, and then Emily Cerrone off her head flicked out of bounds. So good opportunity here for ProStars as we hit the 87-minute mark. I think, like I said, if you're not going to get promoted, you're not doing anything, go for the 3 points. Go get the win. Push everyone up. I'd send the keeper. Cares. Why not? A draw this late in the season. Not really going to do much for either squad. Good hustle by Brown. Back out to Hanley. And another corner coming up for ProStars. I'm Scarborough born and raised. I live out in Pickering now, and I don't get out to Mississauga too often. Just driving, going off of Winston Churchill, rolling along Dixie. It is just appalling to see just box store after box store. They're building something new, but there's nothing creative ever being built anymore. It's just, well, here's this shabby box store that looks like everything else in every other town and every city in the country. Nothing unique about it. We need to demand better. To Russell. And then Russell on her left foot, not her afternoon today. I'm sure many of us have been to Europe and other places across the globe where there's pride in their architecture. We don't seem to have much of that. And that's not just in Canada, it's in the U.S. as well. I was down in Ohio a couple of weeks ago for a PGA tournament event, and they get same nonsense all across the highways, right? Paulicelli boots it out for Brown. Brown waits for the awkward bounce to happen, and Cerrone, and then Brown sneaks through. Can it be? And then poked away at the last moment. Ava Jones, good defense from Darby. And Darby, of course, out in Whippy, my neck of the woods. Speaking of lifeless box stores, LePage. Bit of a breeze coming in, and it's at the back of the ProStars ladies for the moment. It's going left to right on your screen. Wind's picked up just a slight touch, so LePage goal kicks into that wind, making things a bit more challenging for her. Crossed in, Darby showing signs of danger, crossed over, and then Nicole Francis scoops that up. Talked about, Francis just came in 10, 15 minutes ago. Not easy for her. And long goal kick, Shannon Brown. Can she get through? Brown. It goes to Russell on her left foot. Caitlin Russell. And what a save, Madison LePage. Outstanding. And so, if not for bad luck, Caitlin Russell, no luck at all today. And what a save by LePage. That's going to save a couple points. It should be 3-2. Now, Darby, as we've passed the 90th minute mark. How many? 4 extra minutes being added. Yellow card. That's the first one I believe we've seen today. And that's gone against Caitlin Russell. So a little frustration after that big save by LePage, and Russell takes it out on one of the other Darby ladies. Hard challenge, gets her a yellow. Chia. And here's Shannon. Shannon Brown, she's all by herself. Nobody's with her. Brown trying to undress 2 defenders, lays it off, and then cleared away. Just nobody with Shannon Brown. She was up there by herself. She tried to do what she could, but without the help, just came a little too late. Hanley. 2 goals of her own this afternoon. Well, players of the game pretty easy for both squads. ProStars, Tegan Hanley and Christine Exeter for Darby. "92 minutes gone. About 2 minutes to go. Silvestri can't keep it in. Russell. Anything left in this last gasp attack? Lewis, the captain. Oh, what a shot! And what a save by LePage. So ProStars throwing the kitchen sink at them, but Madison LePage up for it. Well, she's been outstanding as well here in this second half since coming in. So Darby with the luxury of 2 excellent keepers. LePage, your bright future. It just got her listed at 17 right now, so I don't know if she's committed anywhere university-wise. Tried finding. ProStars, last gapped attempt, gasp, poked it, and just missed. Can Hanley keep it in? She does. They still have life. LePage, Russell, and Caitlin Russell. Her bad luck's finally changed. Gets the goal, the game-winning goal in the 94th minute. Caitlin Russell. Well, it wasn't her afternoon all day. We've been talking about it. And then finally, right at the death, stick with it, stick with it. And Caitlin Russell will give ProStars the 3 points with a 3-2 win. Surely, barring a last gasp miracle. Not much the keeper can do on that. Well, maybe I spoke too soon. Darby.
Goal in the 97th.
Purog Taylor. And then Nicole Francis. And her coach just shouting, "Hey, take it easy." And I still don't like that because now you're giving the ball back to them. Keep possession. looking for Exeter. The whistle has got to be coming any second right now. McLeod. It's Fitzpatrick. Brown. If I'm Brown, I go to ground there. You just get the whistle. Atwell. And then finally the whistle. So Caitlin Russell at the death finally pokes one in, and ProStars will get out of here with the 3 points and a 3-2 win.
Score of today's match: ProStars FC 3, Darby FC 2.
Well, I'm Chris McKee. Appreciate you tuning in. Challenging afternoon trying to call this. Like I said, a bit of distractions around the scores table, scorching heat. We got through it. We all survived. And I'll be back during the week, Wednesday, for the men's Scrosapi versus Alliance. Should be a good one. We'll see you then.